everybody, and welcome to Cozy Cards and Crystals. My name is Joanna, and today it's time for another Top Tarot Trumps VR to Musings by Marsha. And today we are doing the Empress, the Emperor, and the Hierophant, since I decided to do three major arcanas in per video. I will have a link to the playlist of Top Tarot Drums in the video description down below. Without further ado, let's get started. So we're starting with the Empress, and on place number 5 it is this Empress by Lux X Umbra Tarot. Um, I really love that they chose a pearl to represent the Empress, because the pearl is a thing of beauty and a thing of value and of luxury in a way, but it's completely natural. It is created by the earth. There is no man or no human being that has to be involved by creating the beauty or by improving the beauty. So, with a lot of gemstones that you see in jewelry, especially, they are also natural grown, but they are still being improved, quote unquote, by humans by being faceted and polished. With the pearl, you don't have to do that because the pearl has grown in that perfect round shape and already has a luster and a shimmer and a shine and an orient of colors on her surface. So the only thing you have to do is set it in jewelry if you want to. And so I really like that completely natural jewel that doesn't have to be faceted and polished to see its full beauty and full potential and to wear it as jewelry. It's also round, so of course that highlights that more female principle of softness, of roundness, of smoothness, and of adaptability in the way. Um, while with a card gem or a crystal, you get more sense of structure, of geometry, of sharp corners and points and faces. And so I really love that in this deck, the Empress is depicted with that pearl, and the Emperor is depicted actually as a cut gemstone. So really get that opposition. And also the pearl is created through an irritation. So a sand corn or something that gets put into or ends up into the shell, and the shell actually then reacts to that foreign piece within her by creating these layers and layers of mother of pearl mineral around that to protect herself. So you still get that sense of protection, of work, of creating the beauty as well and the abundance. And so I really love that. Place number 4 is this one from the Serpentfire Tarot. And I mean, the only thing why I picked it is that this depicts Cleopatra. Cleopatra as the Empress, I mean, adds a complete different story and take on it, and it really, really works. So this is place number 4. Place number 3 is from the Sasuraibito tarot, and I really love the fact that you get a sense of abundance with all the flowers and greenery and weeds around her. You also get that sense of nature, of being grounded, of being connected to Mother Earth because of her being nude. So she is really connected to her body because of the fact that she's nude, because of the way she touches herself, and she's confident in that. And she's also connected to the ground, and you still have the 12-star crown, which is a connection to the 12 zodiac signs. So I really love that. Number 2 is from the Shadowscapes tarot. And what I really love about her is the fact that you almost get the sense that she is directing and ordering and yeah, nature. She is directing the butterflies here. And so it really highlights that power that she has to direct nature, to create, but also to put things in order to so that they can work beautifully together, so that our ecosystem works, that nature works. Um, and so you really get a powerful sense of her. And also there's a little heart down here. So she does it in a loving way. Um, and in an understanding way as well, in an empathetic way. So I really love her. And number 1 for me is this one. This is from the Tarot Quantique. And yeah, I know it's a pregnant Empress, but I don't mind it. I don't have to have it in my card. I also love Empresses that aren't pregnant, but I don't mind it. It doesn't go on my nerves to seeing the Empress being pregnant, because it is a powerful ability that we have as a woman, um, to create life within us. And it's also, you can also see it in not in a literal but in a metaphorical way. It is creation of something in an abstract form. So I really love that. I love that she's just a silhouette. I love that we still have the connection to the water and the moon as pretty female elements of Mother Nature. I love that we still have the 12 stars as a crown. We have the Venus symbol in the background. We have a sense of a forest down there, so you get a sense of nature. And I also love the coloration. So these were my top 5 empresses. So now my top 5 emperors. On 5th place is this one from the Spirit Speak Tarot. And it's a pretty unusual depiction because you have half of it being a person with the legs and the arm, and half of it is showing a house. Because when we are at home, at least for the majority of us, we feel more secure and safe and therefore more confident. So I really love the fact that the house, the family home, is depicted as the emperor. Place number 4 is this one from the Robin Wood Tarot, and it's a pretty traditional emperor, but there's really something about him that I like, about his aura, about his expression in his face, the way that his face is depicted. I really love his look. Because I have a lot of decks that depict the Emperor in exactly that way, sitting on a throne and looking at you. But there's something about this one that I really loved, and it's the way that he looks at me. I don't know what it is, but it is what it is, so to speak. I also love the traditional symbolisms of the mountain in the background, the Aries connection right there that I really like. I love that bird of prey almost feel that we have in the background here, seeing the bigger picture, seeing everything. So this is number 4. Place number 3, this is from the Mary L. Tarot. And first of all, I really love the fact that he's an older person, with him having some wrinkles, with him having the white beard. And what I really love about him is the fact that this is a sword. He's not using it. It's actually still in, you can't see the blade, so the blade is still hidden. But he has it here. He has it, but he's not using it. and I love the fact that the blade is still hidden. Um, because it really highlights the fact that he thinks about and he uses it thoughtfully, um, and only when he really, really needs to. So, place number 3. Place number 2 is from the Dark Days Tarot. And you have the Emperor standing up here. I love his really long white beard. Um, but what I really like is the fact that he's standing on top of the mountain, and the mountain that he's standing on is actually made up of the 4 elements. So you have the pentacles, you have the cups, you have the swords, and then the flowers, maybe for the wands in a way. So his power comes from the connection to the earth, comes from all of these 4 elements and what they are representing. So the mind, but also the heart, also the physical body and the physical strength, and also the passion for his land and the creativity. And so I really like that he has to use all of these 4 things. So really, really love this one. And my favorite one, place number 1, is this one from the Textured Tarot. I really love all of the details in this one. Like, you have the natal chart in the back there with all of the zodiac signs. You have the chessboard in there, so you get a sense of strategic thinking and planning and long-term planning and thinking about things before you act. I love the fact that part of his throne is made out of books, so you get a sense of knowledge, of study, of history. So this is my favorite emperor. And last but not least, my favorite Hierophants. So in on 5th place is this one from the Sasuraibito tarot. I just really love the coloration of this one. I really love the background with that golden colors in the background, that sense of light from there, that almost mandala-like pattern in the background around his head. I love that we have a cross on his third eye place, but it's an equal-sided cross. So it really highlights that equality and the importance of all of the 4 elements. Um, you still have the traditional blessing symbol, you still have the book of knowledge in there, a mala bead bracelet. I love the fact that he's older. I love the fact that he has his eyes closed as well. Place number 4 is this one from the Spacious Tarot. I mean, I'm a huge fan of stone circles. I think a lot of you are as well. They have something really, really magical and special and unique about them. And what better, way to depict the Hierophant with something, with a landscape than with a stone circle. You have that sense of spiritual connection, and you have that sense of history and tradition and learning about the past of our ancestors, of where we are coming from, and all of that energy that is still, within that place that you can still feel. So you still have that sense of tradition, spiritual connection with this Hierophant card. Place number 3 is this one from the Texture Tarot. First of all, again, we have an older man here. We still have the traditional symbolism of the keys. We have the book. We have actually the Taurus glyph in the background, which is, I think, the traditional astrological correspondence with the Hierophant. But what I really, really love about this one is the fact that when you look closely, you can actually recognize that this pattern in the background are actually all mannequins, and all of these mannequins don't have a face. They're all postured, looking at him and reaching at him. So this also highlights the shadow aspect for the of the Hierophant from me, like that you lose yourself by being so tied up to traditions and to the way things always um, have been done within your family, to the expectations of others, to rules, to whatever. And so sometimes you lose yourself or you lose opportunities. I really love this one. Place number 2 is this Hierophant from the Spirit Speak Tarot, and I still can remember when I first saw this card. I was like, well, a cactus. What does a cactus have to do with the Hierophant card? Of course, you have the sense of that blessing gesture, which makes sense. You have a pentacle in here, so that element of earth that is also associated with Taurus, that stability that comes with a tradition, with habits. It's also represented. But what does a cactus has to do with a Hierophant? I have the guidebook right here, and it's a Shuguaru cactus. Basically, pretty sure that I slaughtered that name, and they have spiritual significance, especially to the creator, but it's also in general a sacred plant and a guardian, seen as a guardian and an ancient. Also, you get that sense of a cactus, the ability that they are able to save the water for such a long time. So you get that almost that sense of history or long-term things holding on onto something, on a habit, on a tradition for a long time can sometimes be useful because the cactus survives that way. So I really love that. But also with the thorns of the cactus, it is hurtful sometimes as well. So love that depiction. And my number one Hierophant is from the Britt's Third Eye Tarot. You get this figure here in a prayer position, eyes closed, but you have that sense of purple light that is coming down, so that connection to somebody or something higher than herself. And what I really love about this is the fact, first of all, because you don't see that higher thing, you only get a sense of something being greater or higher up than her because of that light beam that is coming down. So that thing could really be anything. It could also highlight the fact that she herself is the Hierophant in a way, it's her higher self. It could be angels, it could be God, it could be the universe. So it's really not religious specific, which I really like. But I also like the fact that there is a box around her head. And that really highlights the fact of us being stuck into the way things always were, into habits, belief systems, things that we are taught. Sometimes they can be helpful, but sometimes they can box us in and create that cage that we sometimes have to break out from. And because of all these beliefs and habits and ways of thinking and looking and judging things or people, we are boxed in and we are not able to think outside of the box, which sometimes is needed. And so I really, really love that symbolism or the way that they depicted this one here. So these were my top 5 favorite Empresses, Emperors, and Hierophants. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it. Let me know down in the comments what are your favorite Empresses, Emperors, and Hierophants. Feel free to comment, share your knowledge, your impressions, your favorites. We're all here to learn from each other and share our experiences with each other. Also, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!